Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. We're looking at Psalm 40, a favorite psalm of so many people. One of my psalms that I look forward to each month to reading, because this psalm reminds me how I should look back at all the wonderful things the Lord has done for me and give Him praise. Yes, we should praise God for all that He has done all the time, even in our difficult times, our tough times, our despondent times, our times of desperation. One of my favorite songs is by Tommy Walker, where he sings, I will remember, I will remember, I will remember the day He saved me. I will remember how He lifted me up out of the terrible, horrible pit and set my feet on a solid rock. Well, that's what David's doing. So let's read these first 5 verses again and talk about them for a few minutes today. I waited patiently for the Lord, and He inclined to me and heard my cry. He also brought me up out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my steps. He has put a new song in my mouth, praise to our God. Many will see it in fear, and will trust in the Lord. Blessed is the man who makes the Lord his trust, and does not respect the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. Many, O Lord my God, are your wonderful works, which you have done, and your thoughts toward us cannot be recounted to you in order. And if I would declare and speak of them, they are more than can be numbered. Boy, do you hear that? David's looking back over the difficult times in his life and remembered how God delivered him. He could have been writing this later in life after he had gone through the tough time with Absalom, his son, trying to take the kingdom away from him, and he remembered how he cried to the Lord, and the Lord delivered him, brought him back to the kingdom. He remembered how Saul hounded him for years in the wilderness, and God established his steps, and David waited patiently for the Lord. Can you imagine? David was called and set aside and anointed to be the king of Israel as a young man, even before he kills Goliath, as we read in 1 Samuel. And then he waits for many, many, many years. He has the opportunity with his men to kill Saul and immediately take the kingdom. But David says, no, I will not shortcut God's way, even if it means suffering and it means just a step between me and death. Somehow deep down in the heart of David, he knew if God anointed him to be king, no matter what happened, he was on the safe side, and he trusted in the Lord. He trusted in His promises. And that's what we do. We trust in His promises when we go through those difficult times. And that's what David says over and again. I waited patiently. I trusted in the Lord. Blessed is that person who trusts in the Lord. Praise be to God. And then he says, because I trusted and had faith, and I endured, and I was patient, others will see it, and they will trust in the Lord. It prompts others to trust in the Lord. And then he has put a new song in my mouth. I love what the old preacher said in about verses 2 and 3 as a sermon text. His points were God brought him up. I like that. God stood him up, and then God tuned him up. And boy, God lets us go through those tough times, and He puts a new song in our heart and praise to our God. As he closes this little section of verses, many, O Lord, are your wonderful works. Man, if I started trying to put them in order, I couldn't do it. There are so many. And you and I can say the same. We have an awesome God who's taking care of us every day of our life, and a God that we can continue to trust and put our hope and faith in Him. I was thinking as I was starting to do the chat today, the Psalms never grow old for me. I've been reading them every day for almost 50 years, and they don't grow old. Psalm 34 almost says the same thing that this Psalm said. This poor man cried unto the Lord in his trouble, and the Lord heard him and delivered him from all his trouble. Yes, again and again and again, we almost read the same thing, but it's not old, because that's where we live. We face difficult times. Today, maybe you ought to take time to read the last verses of Romans chapter 8, because today that's our victory cry. And if our God be for us, who can be against us? We are more than conquerors through him who loved us, the Lord Jesus Christ. Well, God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.